Okay, a couple other things about sampling. There are some limitations in anything that you do. You're never going to have enough people. That's just a given, especially at this level that of study at the master's level. That's okay. We understand that. You just need to include that as part of your limitation. Um, what can you do about it? Well, let me show you a couple of things. I'm going to put this up here and go over a couple of issues. Researchers conducting an anonymous mail-out survey to public school teachers. He sends surveys to teachers at the school mailing address enclosed and the mail-out is return envelope. After the first set of returns comes back, he resends the survey to non-participants. After this, his response rate increases. How do you know who participated and who didn't? Well, people code those. They put a code on the envelope for the first return so that they know which ones they got back and which ones they didn't. They're not really anonymous. They're confidential. What can you say about the second group? Well, the second group is different from the first group because there is something different about people who respond the first time as opposed to you getting a second mailing and responding the second time. And it's important to include comparisons to illustrate this point. And you'll come across some literature, I think in particular to this assignments for this course, where that happens, where they talk about the response rates of the first group or the second group and how they're different in their responses. That's an important thing to include. Can the researcher generalize to all teachers? No, probably not. He's going to be limited to do only the ones that he has sent that to. So if he only sent it to all the teachers in Texas, then yeah, you might be able to generalize that. It depends upon what his sample is. In the second situation, the researcher is going to begin working with a group at Alcoholics Anonymous. This is kind of a case study design or single group design. Researchers gather survey type evidence beginning of the group session, continues to gather data as the session continues. People, and what ends up happening is people leave. They discontinue attendance. There's sporadic attendance by others. What can you say, this researcher say about this group? Can she make generalizations? Really? It depends on what you're trying to do. If you're interested in only those people who stay, then it's only those people who did the entire thing that you can say anything about. Can you do anything about people not coming? No. People always have a right not to participate in something. Just like the survey up here, they have a right not to fill it out. Everything is voluntary. They always have a opportunity to bow out and not do it anymore. As I said, you can choose only those who are willing to stay throughout the study, but I do think it's important to try to gather information about those who started and compare it to those who actually finished, because there may be some differences there. Would you put any disclaimers in there? Yeah, you always put everything in there that ever goes wrong. Now, the last thing I want you to look at from this chapter is this thing about computer-based instruction. Hang on a second. This is an article that I want you to look at, and there's a piece of it taken out, but what I want you to do is read what it is that they did, the claim that they're making. There's a problem with this that I want to see if you can figure it out. So look this over. We'll put this in the discussion board as well, and tell me about the problem that they have with this study that has to do with sampling and population.